Have you ever wanted to tell a clone what to do without using variables? Here's how you can do it. So now we have the king and the clone. Let's grab the king script. We gotta make sure we know this is the king, so let's make it switch to the king costume. Now the clone script. Let's make it switch to clone. In the king script, let's make it wait 1 second and then create 3 clones. Over in the clone script, let's make a block. Blocks are very useful. Let's make this one live. So title it live and then grab an input and make it say job. Make sure run without screen refresh is off. And then click OK. Let's put it after it switches to clone. And now we want it to have a random job, so let's make it go from 1 to 2. Because we want 2 different jobs picked randomly. Now over in define live job, let's put some if statements. If job is equal to 1, let's make it spin. So put a forever loop in there and turn 5 degrees, let's say. And make it move 1 step. And now we gotta do that same thing for the other job. If job is equal to 2, then let's make it go in a square. So turn 90 degrees, which is 1/4 of a full rotation, as you can see. So turn 90 degrees, and then move 1 step 40 times. And that's all for define job so far. But as you can see, they're all in the same spot, which is not good. So let's fix that. So back in the king script, go to -50x and y 0. But they're still all in the same spot because a clone copies the exact things that define the king. So make the clones glide to a random position for 1 second. Did you see that? They started as a king until they were at their position. So let's swap these 2 around. Now it should work. Yeah. Let's add 2 more inputs to the job definition block, X and Y.
So now you can see the block looks a bit different. It has 2 more slots. Remove the go to grand position glide. We don't need that anymore.
Add a random number generator that goes from -200 to 200 and put that in the X slot. Because a screen is around 200 by 100 pixels, or spaces that a character can move. So let's put that other thing in. Negative 100 to 100. Put that in the Y slot. Now, let's do my favorite thing to do in Scratch. To start, make a repeat 50 block. And put change X and Y by 10. And then put a minus symbol in the first part of a division symbol. Put X in the second slot and the other X in the first spot. And divide it by 5. This takes the distance between these two positions and divides that by 5, so it only moves 1/5 of the way there. And repeat this for the Y, but change the variables accordingly. So X would be Y, and X would be Y. Now let's try it. It looks very smooth. And it works. Let's make some more clones. If we have 4 of them, there's a chance that there could be an uneven number of either one of them. Now, let's save this as a copy. So now, if we make a mistake, we can always go back. Now let's try this first method of getting the king to tell the clones what to do. Let's go back to costumes and duplicate the king costume twice. Let's name them King Square and King Spin. So then the clones can read So now, here's how we can tell the clones what to do. Switch to King Spin and create a clone 3 times. And then at the end, create 1 King Square clone. Right now it doesn't do anything, so let's fix that. Remove all the job parts. Remove everything from the job slot. And then, edit the block and remove the job slot. Now you have X and Y only. Now take out the switch to clone part. And put that right over here, in both of the job parts. Now grab a block that says costume name. It says costume number, so tap it and switch to costume name. Put that in both of the job parts, and switch one to King Spin for the spin job, and put one in the other one for King Square. Make sure you spell them correctly, because Scratch can't handle it if you don't. Now when we do it, it works, but you can see the king, they stay as the king for a little while. So now, put the move after it switches to clone for both of the jobs, so then it knows what it's doing before it moves to the spot. And you can see it works perfectly. And that's it. There are several other ways you could do this. I'll show you the other options.